Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Dynamite. I am good old Jim Ross here. I am Jim Ross here with Conan the Barbarian and Taz. And here on Dynamite, we're going to see the TWF Pennsylvania Erks winner. Now, we do know that Dolph Ziggler is the Allegheny Earldom winner, and Bobby Roode, or Robert Roode, is the Pennsylvania Erks winner. Well, we do know that is true, Jim Ross. Conan the Barbarian says. We do know that to be true. And we do know that at the end of the day, he is what he is. And he's going to be taking on Bigfoot here. He's going to be fighting Bigfoot here on he's going to be fighting Bigfoot here on Dynamite, but he has something to say before he does that. Alright, here's how it's going to be. You see, a lot of folks out here seem to think that I should be frightened of Bigfoot. Well, I'm not. When you are the glorious, or when you are the wonderful or heavenly Robert Roode, you are not frightened of anyone. And there isn't even any truth to Bigfoot being a living being or not. But I give Bigfoot some of the shadow of doubt here. You know, I'm going to give Bigfoot some, of whatever. He wants to come down and fight me, that's fine. Hell, Isa Nessie can come and fight me too if she wants. Well, he doesn't know it, but Bigfoot's right behind him. Jim Ross says. No, he doesn't see Bigfoot behind him, Conan the Barbarian says. Maybe Robert Roode should shift around. And if he shifts around, he'll see Bigfoot behind him, Taz says. What the fuck? You said I'm not a living being. You said you're not frightened of me. Okay, maybe you're not frightened of me, Robert Roode. But to say I'm not a living being, that was just a mean thing to say. And I think I'd make a more good Pennsylvania Erks winner than you would. Yeah. You want to show that? We'll have a fight here on Dynamite, and I'll show it to you. Ding ding ding. Oh! And Bigfoot going right after Robert Roode here. And a saga body slams. Jim Ross said, yeah, Conan the Barbarian says. Robert Roode, is not doing very well against Bigfoot. Robert Roode is getting manhandled by Bigfoot, Conan the Barbarian says. Well, somebody should stop him. That shouldn't be happening, Taz said. He's the glorious Robert Roode. He shouldn't be getting manhandled like that. Robert Roode comes back right now. Robert Roode, body slam on Bigfoot. And Robert Roode had some mean words to say about how he said Bigfoot's not a living being, how he thinks it's a waste of his time to be wrestling and fighting him, Jim Ross says. That is not right. Well, that's his belief, Taz says, and he has a right to that belief. When you're the heavenly or the wonderful Robert Roode, you can do what you want. Oh! Well, that might be his belief and thought. All good for him, Conan the Barbarian said, but he's in the ring with something or someone that he says isn't alive, isn't true, isn't a living being. Wait a minute, Robert Roode wants to get ready to do the glorious DDT, but Bigfoot got him. Oh! And this might not be the same Robert Roode we saw many years ago in the TWF. Yeah. Robert Roode in a hang-up right now. A bind. with Bigfoot, Jim Ross said. Get off him, Taz says. Robert Roode's gotta do something. He's in the ring with this man-like being. He's gotta do something. And now Robert Roode has to take a way to get out of this hang-up that he's in with Bigfoot. And Robert Roode just, nailed him right with his winnings. Ding, 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 ding. Wait a minute. Glory. And he did the DDT to him. The winner of this fight, of a throw-out, Bigfoot. Robert Roode knew he was going to lose to Bigfoot, so he had to pull a stunt like that. He had to do some kind of stunt like that. It hit Bigfoot with his winnings, Jim Ross says. Yeah, a really bad ending to a good fight, Conan says. I truly think at the end of the day, that would be we don't know where it would have gone if it wasn't for that shit. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Taz says, but Robert Roode, he got won by Bigfoot here on Dynamite. And he ended up besmirching Bigfoot badly. You know, he got won by him, which was not truly that hard to do, I guess. Well, I understand that Robert Roode, you know, he should be ashamed of himself. I guess he wasn't bold and fearless as he made himself out to be. If he had to hit Bigfoot with his winnings, if he couldn't beat Bigfoot, I guess it just shows it, Jim Ross says. Well, I guess so, Conan the Barbarian said. I guess it shows that he couldn't beat Bigfoot, I guess. If he has to do something like that, then I guess he could not beat him then. Jim Ross says. Well, I guess that's right, Conan the Barbarian said. I guess it shows he couldn't beat him if he had to go and hit him with his winnings, with the TWF Pennsylvania ERK winnings. Well, I don't know about that, Taz says. He's still the Pennsylvania ERK winner, right? So that still makes him heavenly. It still makes him wonderful. Well, Gorilla Monsoon is caught up with Bigfoot now. Well, Bigfoot, first off, I'm sad about how things went. Well, first off, I know that that's what Robert Roode likes to do, Gorilla Monsoon. If that's how he wants to wrestle and fight, that's sad. Yes, I could have been the Pennsylvania ERK winner. I could have beat Robert Roode here on Dynamite, and I could have been the TWF Pennsylvania ERK winner, but Robert Roode had other goals in mind. But I'm here to tell you, I'm going to get my hands on him one day. And when I get my hands on Robert Roode, we're going to have another fight. And this time, when we have another fight, I'm going to win. Well, what do you think, Gorilla Monsoon says, about all the mean things that apparently Robert Roode said before your fight about how you weren't a living being, you weren't alive, it was a waste of his time to wrestle you and fight you? Oh, he can say everything he wants to say, Gorilla Monsoon. He has that right. But at the end of the day, I will get my hands on him. And when I get my hands on him, Gorilla Monsoon, Robert Roode is going to wish that he never said any of those mean things about me. Well, that was my talk with Bigfoot. Some say he's alive, and some say he's a living being. Others say he's not a living being. It's up to you to make the pick. Back to you, Jim Ross. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, Jim Ross says. Well, thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, Jim Ross says, for that, for talking with Bigfoot. Well, we also want everybody to know that sometime next week, this Friday or next Monday, we should be having our new LG Reckoner, our new LG Microsoft Windows Reckoner with Microsoft Windows 10. So at least we'll get about 10 years of hardware backing and updates, fighting the 6 years of hardware backing and updates you get from Google if you have a Google Chromebook. So anyway, just want to say that should be happening tomorrow or next Monday. So by the time you start seeing our films, we should be having our Jelly Cam, that's what they call it, running and up our LG Reckoner with Microsoft Windows 10 up and running. Well, that'll be good to know, Conan the Barbarian says. I believe that soon we're going to have to end Dynamite soon, but as we know, Conan the Barbarian said that is the news. There's been a lot of talks, mostly on Sailor Moon's YouTube fairway about it, but not so much on Jordan's or the Power Rangers, or this first time we talked about it here on the TWF one. Well, to tell you the truth, Tad says it should be here either on Friday, or if not Friday, Saturday, or not that, next Monday. But either way, by the time we get to the next Dynamite, whenever that's going to be, the LG, the HP, Microsoft Windows 10 Reckoner should be up with the Jelly Web Shooter. That's what they call it. So, anyway, that's all the time we have here for TWF Dynamite. I think, well, before we go, no, hold on, Bigfoot's back in the ring. Robert Roode, this thing between me and you is not done. You think we're just going to end Dynamite like this? Shorten down this show? No, I don't think so. You want to come right back at me, Robert Roode, because we have some undone business between us. Oh, you think I'm going to come back down there and fight you again? Is that what you believe? Well, you lost to me. I beat you. I'm still the TWF Pennsylvania Erks winner, and you're not, Bigfoot. So if you think I'm going to come back and fight you, then you're wrong. Well, we all know that Bigfoot is not happy, Jim Ross said, about all the mean things Robert Roode said about him, and about how they didn't do the fight they should have done. Well, Conan the Barbarian said Robert Roode might actually believe he didn't have the right to fight him, but we know one man or so, or one woman, who, who has the right to tell him if he can or cannot wrestle here, or have to wrestle again. Bigfoot, I understand you being irked and mad. So, Robert Roode, you are going to come back to this ring, and you are going to wrestle and fight Bigfoot again. Do I make myself clear? No. I'm not going to be wrestling and fighting Bigfoot again. I already wrestled and fought Bigfoot earlier today on Dynamite, and I'm not going to be doing it again, Diva Talks. So I don't care what Ashley Williams or you say, I'm not wrestling and fighting, Bigfoot again. Well, if you don't wrestle and fight Bigfoot again, then you will have to give up being the Pennsylvania Irked winner. Do you want that, Robert Roode? No, I don't want that. Now it looks like Robert Roode has no pick to no choose. Taz says he has to wrestle again. How fair is that? Robert Roode got Bigfoot. Oh, glorious DDT on him. The heavenly DDT on him. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner. Here is your winner. And still TWF Pennsylvania Irk winner, Robert Roode. Well, Conan the Barbarian said, we saw a short return fight. We saw Robert Roode beat Bigfoot truly fast here on Dynamite again. Well, it was a fight, Taz says. He did fight Bigfoot, if he didn't, he didn't have no choose and pick on it, that's true. But he did fight Bigfoot. Well, I'm telling you right now, Taz says, Robert Roode may have started something with Bigfoot, but at the end of the day, Bigfoot's going to end it here, whatever that is. Oh, my neck. Well, I understand before we leave here, Gorilla Monsoon is going to catch up with Robert Roode. Robert Roode, I saw what you did. You didn't see shit, Gorilla Monsoon. You got you got the eyewear on. But yeah, I did beat Bigfoot. Truly fast. Yeah. That's the shit I was talking about. I saw, Robert Roode. You call yourself the Pennsylvania Irk winner, but the way you behave I don't think anyone's anything to do with you. And if I was you, I think Bigfoot, when he gets back up from what you did to him, he's going to come after you again. I already fought Bigfoot 2 times here on Dynamite, Gorilla Monsoon. I'm not going to be fighting him again. Well, Robert Roode says he's not going to be fighting Bigfoot again, but then again, sadly, he might not have no say on that. Back to you, Jim Ross. Thank you, Gorilla Monsoon. Well, it looks like it's all the time we have here for TWF Dynamite. I am Jim Ross for Conan the Barbarian and Taz. We hope you like Dynamite, and we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown.